Meta stock is about to explode. It's just the beginning. It's up 53% year to date. A lot of people are saying that they didn't really like the numbers. Some people like the numbers. It's a mixed bag of worms when it comes to the Q4 2022 earnings, but we're going to discuss it today because a lot of YouTubers are getting it wrong. They're not understanding what's happening with Meta right now. The business fundamentals are looking strong, and we can see the potential of Meta moving forward, because people are just looking at the numbers, which is not how you evaluate a business. Let's go through it. Let's talk about Meta's earnings and what I'm seeing for Meta into the future. Before we get into this video, can you like it and subscribe to my channel? So Meta had a 20% jump in its price right after it released its earnings. It missed on EPS, it beat on revenue. Revenue was down 4% year over year. When I'm talking about Meta and how everyone's focused on the numbers, they're focused on just this quarter and like what's happening with the revenue, what's happening with the net income, what's happening with the cost. But if you look at the big picture of Meta and what they're doing and what they're talking about, Mark Zuckerberg is saying all the right words to kind of get you on gear and tell you what's happening for the future. So the first thing I want to talk about is how everyone keeps on saying that Meta is a dying business, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. But that is so false. This year showed you that that was a false rumor, that was false news. Meta/Facebook continues to be the most downloaded apps month after month after month. You can even see the user growth growing efficiently. Family daily active people, 2.9 billion on average for December 22, an increase of 5% year over year. Family monthly active people was 3.7 billion as of December 31st, an increase of 4% year over year. Daily active users were 2 billion on the average of December 2022, an increase of 4% year over year. Monthly active users 2.9 billion as of December 31st, 2022, an increase of 2% year over year. So when you hear those numbers on a huge user base already, how can anyone come to the conclusion that Meta is a dying business? If you look at those results, that is just false news. If you actually look around you, who doesn't use Instagram? Who doesn't use WhatsApp? I don't know anyone that doesn't use both of those. You can just literally look around you and see that people continuously use WhatsApp, use Instagram. Remember when the shutdown of Instagram happened for like half a day? People were running to the hills. People were crying. They didn't know what to do when they didn't have Instagram. So that just shows me how powerful the moat of Instagram, of WhatsApp is. The next thing people are saying is look at the net income decline, look at the revenue decline year over year. But when you factor in the macro sphere of what's happening in the ad market, it is horrible out there. People are not spending as much on ads. You can kind of understand what is happening with Meta when it comes to revenue, when it comes to net income. On top of that, the EPS was lower because they had a restructuring charge, they had write-offs. So the EPS would actually be in line if you didn't factor in that. Do you hear people complaining about Google's results? YouTube ads were down, the Google search ads were down, but you don't hear people saying, sell Google. We can't see it moving fast into the future. It's only Facebook where you hear that talk for some reason. And then when you look deep into what is happening with Meta, Mark Zuckerberg stated that Reels is growing at a phenomenal pace. It's crazy. Reels across Facebook and Instagram have already doubled, which is insane. Reels monetization hasn't even really started yet. They're getting better at it, but it's not going to become neutral until 2024. Reels is actually intruding on the feed monetization. So feed monetization is going down and Reels monetization is picking up, but it hasn't reached efficiency yet. So what happens when Reels finally reaches efficiency? Man, it's gonna be insane. People are using Reels like crazy. If you know anyone right now and they're on Instagram, they're pretty much looking at Reels. So you can kind of see firsthand how efficiently Reels is actually connecting with the user. So that's just amazing right there. And people are just not even looking at that. They're not even talking about Reels monetization. Hasn't really started. It's not even efficient. In the last quarter, advertisers saw over 20% more conversions than in the year before. And combined with the decline in cost per acquisition, this has resulted in higher returns on ad spend. We continue to be excited about the monetization opportunity for business messaging to Facebook and Instagram, the two first pillars of our business. So you can actually see advertisers enjoying 20% more conversion rates as they actually increase the AI capabilities and they get over all the Apple privacy stuff that happened with Meta. So you can kind of see that they're actually getting more conversions with their customers. That is truly amazing and no one's talking about it because it doesn't show into the numbers right away. It's coming. You just have to be patient. You have to understand what Meta is doing. And then one of the main things people are just forgetting about the business to messaging. That segment is exploding. People using WhatsApp for business messaging. Mark Zuckerberg said it's already at a $10 billion run rate and it's expanding. Last year it was at 8 billion and this year it's at 10 billion. So you can just see how fast it's growing. And it's just gonna creep up on you and be like, whoa, this is now 20 billion, this is now 30 billion. It actually might start taking up a large majority of the revenue really fast because those run rates compound really fast over 5 to 10 years. We continue to be excited about the monetization opportunity with business messaging too. Facebook and Instagram are the first two pillars of our business, and in the next few years, we hope to bring messaging online as the next pillar. One way of doing this is click-to-message ads, which is now the $10 billion run rate. And paid messaging is the other piece of this. We are early here. We continue to onboard more businesses to WhatsApp business platform where they can answer customer questions and updates and sell directly in chat. For example, Air France has started using WhatsApp to share boarding passes and other flight information in 22 countries in 4 languages. And the business often tell us that more people open their messages, they get better results on WhatsApp than other channels. So you see Mark Zuckerberg talking about the explosion of WhatsApp business messaging, and it's very early on. So if you can just look 5 years, 10 years down the road, you can kind of see how this revenue stream, this net income stream is gonna pick up. And the two last parts about this Meta stock analysis is that they're doing a $40 billion buyback plan, which is insane. They're going to be able to cover this with the cash on hand, all the free cash flow that Meta is going to generate into the future. It had $5 billion of free cash flow for this quarter, and that's going to expand because Zuck is talking about the year of efficiency. And the year of efficiency is crucial because we saw capital expenditures go up 66% for the year, which is insane. You can kind of see the margins going down. We see the capital expenditures going up. We see Reality Labs losing $5 billion. So this is where the bear case comes in. But Mark Zuckerberg is handling this really nicely. He's talking about the year of efficiency. They're doing so many cost-cutting strategies that the profitability is going to hit the bottom line so strong. It's going to be insane. Look at all the cost-cutting strategies that Meta is doing right now. Jeffrey reports that Meta is taking a hard line on expenses in 2023. Pause 800 million data center in Idaho, halts 800 million data center in Temple, vacating leases, moving out of New York offices, stop planned $342 million data center expansion in Denmark, ends red perks for workers, looks to sublease 310K San Francisco London office, seeks to reduce Bay Area office space, moving out of 2 of its New York offices, trimmed 1K off its health and wellness benefits for employee. Just look at the crazy cost-cutting strategies by Mark. I'm loving this. This is going to improve Meta's efficiency. I'm super excited for 2023 as a Meta shareholder. I'm going to continue to hold into 2024, 2025, 2026. If you trim your position from this run-up, I understand. I probably would too. But long-term, Meta is still a buy in my opinion because they have so many levers to pull. Tell me what you think about Meta and its earnings and what I'm talking about, guys. Leave a like and comment down below. Peace.